be honest, I didn't even think of being a police officer. I want to study economics when I'm a senior high school student. But an incident happened and I changed my decision. My mother was diagnosed with breast cancer in my third year of senior high school. And so I decided to study in Central Buddhist University not only because its tuition is for free, but I can also get about $15,000 every month, and I think it's a good decision for me. But I totally changed my thoughts in my internship. When I interned in Gongyi Police Station, a girl called 110 to seek for help, and she said her sister might commit suicide because she received a message from her sister. And she said her sister had committed suicide before. So she asked whether we could go to her house and make sure whether she is okay or not. And my mentor took me to her house immediately, and after we arrived, we found a girl had committed suicide and lost her consciousness. And there was also a little girl, and she's the girl's daughter, and she saw all the incidents happen. And I was so shocked and speechless because the girl was so calm, and I really want to give her a hug. I think police officers are the guardians of the society, and I want to devote myself to it. In order to be a qualified police officer, I built on my knowledge of law enforcement and train hard on judo, shooting, and arresting techniques. Though there are darkness everywhere, I believe I can be the light of the society after 4 years training.
All right, David.
Good morning, dear judge. My name is David. I'm a person full of sense of justice. I always advise my families and friends to comply with laws and group regulations. And I'm also a person with enthusiasm and empathy. And my internship experience can prove this trait. When I interned at police precinct, one day an Indian man came for help with an indictment in his hand. And with the permission of my instructor, I went to assist the Indian man without hesitation. And to be honest, because of his Indian accent, I had some difficulty figuring out what he was speaking. In the beginning, I could still understand some simple questions. But when I interpreted the evidence and the process of the event, he immediately became very nervous and then kept explaining his innocence to me. And at the time, I couldn't even tell what he was speaking was Indian or English. But I still stayed calm and then comforted him that I was just an intern, so that I didn't have the ability to help you with anything. But as long as you could express what you know in the court of law, the judge and the prosecutor will prove your innocence. And finally, he shook his hands with me and then left with a smile on his face. And in my opinion, foreigners sometimes come to us just for a sense of safety and warmth. So what we should do is to assist them with our expertise, empathy, and enthusiasm, which is our professionalism. And finally, I'm also interested in performing magic tricks. I believe that magic helps me build my self-confidence. And what I learned from magic is that what we see on the surface may not be the reality, which is an fundamental perspective that a police officer should be aware of. Thank you.
Great.
Good morning, my name is Sherry, and it's my pleasure to introduce myself. And I believe I'm a person who is perspective, open-minded, and flexible. And this personality are strongly related to my hobby, traveling. And this is also the reason I chose foreign affairs department, because I like to explore new things. And first, I have many experience to having the travel, and I have to go to the Northeast Asia and the Europe, and I have many experience. And the most impressive one is suffering the terrorism in the Europe. And I never thought that I would encounter the terrorist attack before, and that was happened in the 2015. And the next attack was a catastrophe. And instead of being helpless or sad, I quickly hid in the storage of the restaurant or waiting the police and the military for help. And fortunately, my friend and I returned to Taiwan safely in the end. And this experience let me know the urgency to fight for the terrorism cannot be overemphasized. And after graduating from the Central Police University, I will continue to study the institute and probably choose the direction related to the international relations or the psychology. And I had to study Japanese and the Indonesian during my college, my university, but I totally forgot all of them. So I will try to refresh both of them, because the language is very important to the foreign affairs police officer. And I believe my personality and the profession and the law enforcement ability that I have learned in the school for 4 years. They equip me they are qualified to make me a great officers in the future. And thanks for your attention.
Should I start?
Yeah, go for it.
Good morning, teachers and my friends. It's my turn to have a short introduction about me. And basically, I'm a generous guy, and I'm willing to offer on any kinds of help to my friends. And I used to be a volunteer kindergarten teachers when I was in high school. And I like to share the time with the children because they are very cute and naive. Having fun with them is interesting, I'll say. And also, I'm a liable person. And this, just as my family motto, to work is better than words. That I would like to try my best to meet everyone's satisfactions. But it doesn't mean that I have the power to help anyone's. But I will try my best to stand by your side all the time. And also, I am an uncompromising person. For example, the reason why I'm going to join in this school is because my family, my grandparents, and my parents and my grandfather are also law enforcement officers. And my grandfather is also my hero in my life, because he is the only survivor in the bribery cases in his precinct. So I think he stands a very important part in my heart, and that's the reason why I joined the school. And back to talking about the uncompromising part. I have lots of dreams to want to make it come true in my mind, but I think I'm still powerlessness about to doing this kind of things. So my future goals is to become a person who, if I willing to give the help to others, then I can do it. And I will make a conclude about the last personality of me. As an old saying goes, people should always stay eager. To me, I always stay eager to improve myself, because I think as a people it's very important to keep learning all the life. So after I got the training in this school, including the judo, some leadership, or maybe some best techniques to deal with the police works, and I think I'm ready to just to join the work, just to join the police work, and that's all. Thanks for listening.
Okay, thank you. Now I'm going to ask you if you briefly describe about the job of the foreign affairs officer. Okay, so I'm going to start with.
I think the job of foreign affairs police officer is crack down on the illegal foreign laborers and solve the crimes related involved with foreigners, and also receive foreign guests and protect the ambassador from other countries. And I think when we crack down on foreign laborers or handle the cases involved with foreigners, we should treat them with kindness and patience. And also, when we solve the problem involved with foreign laborers and Taiwanese, we should be impartial and fair. Yes, because I think as a foreign affairs police, we should put more emphasis on the human rights. Yes, and when we have to protect the ambassadors from from other countries, we have to think a project and supervise the police in the police station to finish it. Thank you.
I believe that the job of the foreign affairs police officer is similar to normal police officers' jobs, because the only difference between the two kinds of officers is the people that we service. But the only difference is that to the foreigners or foreign officers, we must to see them as our nationals, because when we treat foreign workers case, there may be some prejudge or discrimination in our mind. So the most important thing is that to be a police officer, we must cancel all the discrimination or racial prejudge in our mind, so that we can be a foreign affairs police officer. That's my opinion.
I think the foreign affairs police officers are like the diplomats of the police officer, and just like you say, I think the jobs we have to do is to solve the problems from the foreigners. And there are many foreign workers in Taiwan, and most of them are on the Southeast Asia. And sometimes, if they have the problems from the laws, we have to help for them because they are not familiar for the Taiwan's laws and governments. And someone's will talk about the transnational crimes are the job for the foreign affairs police officer. But actually it is wrong because the criminal the investigations are the ability or the for the CITO. It's not for the foreign affairs police officer.
Yeah, I would say that we are the bridge between the police and the international. For example, in our job, we will be interpreters for our boss when the foreign guest to visit our prisons or the police stations. And also, we can help the foreigners who want to maybe report some problems or just to ask them for something. And we can also help them to deal with the law, the questions of laws, and try to interpret in their understanding language. And that's all.
We still have 30 minutes.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
We just have these.
Easy question. Well, I don't know. You guys say like it's important to treat foreigners the same as nationals, but I actually think Taiwanese police usually will, and the courts as well, will usually treat the foreigners nicer. And do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, not, okay, maybe, but my personal experience wasn't that bad though. I forgot to 两短坐船, and I told the police sorry. He said, okay, go. Yeah. But I think that's my experience. But anyway, no, I just think like even like court cases, like we even had the murder from Israel. Like that would be a really easy death penalty sentence, but the Taiwanese gave him a nice sentence. And then even the American guy, that would be a really easy second-degree murder charge, and he should have got like 25, 30 years, and you only gave him 12. So I think overall, and then even there was a foreigner in Jianghua that was growing a huge amount of marijuana, and then the Jianghua court only gave him 4 years, when a Taiwanese would have got like 30, 40. So I think overall, I think you guys are very, very nice.
And very good.
I don't to foreigners. Yeah, I'm not necessarily saying that's a bad thing, but I'm just saying like you guys saying like, oh, we need to improve our niceness to foreigners. I think you guys are doing a great job. Yeah, you guys are great job. Yeah, you guys are doing a very good job. Yeah, with foreigners. The only thing I would say, like maybe I can ask you. Dealing with foreigners, I think one thing that foreigners are not used to about Taiwan is many people come from countries that the laws are based off of the British system, like India, US, Canada, when Taiwan is actually based off of the German system, so the Japanese system, which was taken from the German system. So do you think sometimes foreigners have a hard time like interpreting the law because of that? Or can anyone help her? Yeah, what do you guys think?
Just tell me anything about that.
Like in the British system, the Jianchaguan, the DA, the prosecutor will be very aggressive, like attack, and then also, and in the German system, it seems everything is more passive, like calm. It's just like, all right, let the evidence process. So I wouldn't say that, of course, Taiwanese law is also very strong, but sometimes it takes a long time for it to finally work, because the process is much longer. Yeah, but all right, anyway,
That's really hard.
it's really hard.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.